I just need to start speaking, I guess. Yeah, today I'm live and waiting for anyone to join. Hmm. Stream makers and some top. Yeah, this is my live studio today. I just want to talk about four women. Hmm. We have four types of women when it comes, and this mainly speaks to men who are looking for wives. Not every woman is a wife. Sometimes we have different types. We have the Deborahs who are called to be leaders. You find they are the CEOs, they are the managing director, they have a career, they're entrepreneurs. And I know somebody thinks that just because you've got something going on doesn't mean you can be a wife. Yes, you can be a wife, but it takes a wise man to recognize the woman's career. It takes a wise man to recognize the woman's career and work together to come with something that works for both of them. You can't just say, oh, because she's a wife, so the first priority should be a wife. No, you wanna build, you wanna build a home with a Deborah, a woman who is career and leadership oriented. You have to support that. You'll be a man who is not threatened by a man who is not threatened by her leadership. Sometimes she might come authoritative. She might come like, you are the leader, and you'll be like, are you trying to look down on me? No. How did uh, Queen Elizabeth and her husband manage? She was a queen reading a Commonwealth, but she stayed with her husband till the end. So you can't be a man who is looking for identity or for threat. No, you have to be somebody who is grounded, knowing who you are and knowing that you are not defined by action or by anything. So it takes a strong man, a man who is secure, who is grounded, a man who understands that the success of the wife does not mean she's less than a man who knows who she is, to be able to, to be able to lead, to be able to be a husband of a Deborah. And then you have the homemakers. They are women, they just need to be a husband who, she just need a loyal, faithful husband who is able, who loves family, and they can stay together and build a home. She's comfortable. She doesn't want a career. She's comfortable. And I know we are living in an age where everybody's like, I don't go get a job, go get this. No, not everybody need to get all that. And you can say, oh, what happens when that marriage collapses? Well, in my opinion, enjoy your season. When things backfire, you figure things out. Because that's what you love. So, and that's why you can see there are women who became homemakers, took care of the children and the family, and for years, they're called trad wife, the traditional wives. And for years, they don't regret it because that's their dream, was to be a wife, a mother, and help raise that together. And then you have people who have a gift of singlehood. You find somebody has no interest in men or children. I know society will be like, oh, this or that. No, if you don't want children, you don't have marriage, please enjoy yourself And sometimes some men will think, oh, if I marry you, you'll change your mind. No. Their percentage of separation and divorce is because men thought if they trick a woman who has a gift of singlehood to marry them, then things will change. And it doesn't work like that. And then we have the proverb that one woman. There are four types. You have the career entrepreneur, who is the third one. People have built their own careers. So we have the leadership and career, you know, and it's okay. There are people just thrown. They want to be careers. They want their future. They want. They don't want to be stay home. And the countries where they can afford, you find them having a house helper and a nanny and all that, because their dream is not, family is just part of the package, but it's not their identity. So for any man looking for a wife, don't lie to yourself. If you want a marriage that lasts, don't lie to yourself. Oh, you can see very well this woman is a career woman and think she'll give it for you. She'll give it for a while, but she'll walk away at some point. You think this person is a leadership, you can sabotage. And you have a lot of men try to sabotage women's success because in their mind, women should be nothing than their helper and they should be, that's what brings the idea of who is the head and who is for submission and all that. No. You went to same school, you graduated, I have a PhD, you can say it's different. It's not. We want to detach. Education and career from women. You think that once you're married, it's like career and education becomes a part of. The woman was waiting for a husband, so now she has found a husband. She doesn't need to go back to school. She doesn't need her career. She has her own money. No, that psychology does not exist. So if you're a man outside there thinking that once you marry, your wife, what she was doing before you met, don't matter, you are lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself. It matters. We need to realize women's career and education and income, whatever that looks like, it matters. As a man, don't you know? And then you have the other side of men that if I can't provide anything, then 50-50. No. It doesn't work like that. And that's why until we figure out what's happening, the divorce rate will increase because woman's career. So the woman gives a child. What does men give in return? That's a provision. So providing is equivalent to a woman having a child. So when those two align, so the reason why she can have her own money, but you have to provide, is because when it comes to you wanting a child, and we are talking when all things are constable, sometimes some people have issues. So I know when it comes to children bearing can be a sensitive topic, and I understand that there are people who have challenges, and that we could treat like a special case. Special cases is when a wife can't have kids or a man can't have kids. That's special cases. That's not what you're talking about, because it's not their choice. I'm talking about a situation where people have choice, where people are free, where people are healthy. So when it comes to special cases, obviously we deal with that special cases. But I'm talking where people are free and where people are healthy. You see, that's a special case. So the reason why her money can be her money, but your money is her money because she gives you a child. A woman is an incubator. We are like land. You take care of your farmland, you get good fruits. You don't take care of it, you're in trouble. It's simple as that. And I know we don't want to seem like a land. But look, the most valuable thing on earth is land. How many wars and the civil wars have been fought over land? So that tells you woman is very valuable because it's an incubator. It feeds people. You can't have all these cities without a land. Go build a land in the middle of sea. This out once. Land is very valuable, and women are very valuable. But the society seems to see, woman is another thing. No, it's not. So, if when you say I'm provider as a man, you're a provider because you're expecting a child from that woman. You're not provider for a body. That's go to brothel or something. But you're not providing for a woman so that you can have sex to her body. That is just by the access to body should be a mutual understanding. If one is against it, then it's not equivalent to your money. And I know some men have reduced women to just their body. I provide, I get your body. No, that is service sex. That's business. That's not marriage. That's not relationship. That is services. That is a business. Exchange of service is not marriage and it's not relationship. So, my question is, what are you thinking?